Hello. We're going to start our Elements of Flow class today with Sun Salutations A and B, variations of those two. And we're going to be leading into our peak posture, which is Revolved Extended Side Angle. It's a very deep twist. It's a balance, and it is also in a lunging position. So we have a lot of elements going on, and we're going to work on piecing them together from the ground up. Okay, so let's go over to the mat. Let's start with a warm-up. Sun Salutation A. Probably going to need a block. If you use blocks for your forward folds, you will need two. So we'll stand at the end of our mat in mountain pose, standing. And as we inhale, we'll take our arms out, up, and overhead, pressing the palms and looking up. Exhaling, we'll swan dive forward. Now you know your body. If your forward bend goes to here, you put your hands on your knees. Or if you know how to use a chair from our past lesson, you've got your chair. Otherwise, let's bring our hands to the floor or to the blocks. As we inhale, we lift. Exhaling, we'll step back into plank pose. Take a breath here. Exhale, we'll lower slowly to the tummy, all the way down, pointing the toes. Let's inhale and lift into cobra. And exhaling, we'll come down. Tuck our toes in. Inhale up to hands and knees at first. Exhale to child's pose. Take a breath or two here. Inhale to hands and knees. And we'll exhale up into downward dog. Let's lift and lower the heels a few times. Hugging our low belly in very strongly. And let's take a few cycles as well. Get the backs of those legs to open up. Now looking forward at the space between the hands, we're either going to hop our feet to that space or we're going to step our feet there 1, 2. Okay, so if we're hopping, we're lifting our tailbone and toes, bending our knees, looking forward, moving our feet. Let's inhale, lengthening our spine, and as we exhale, we fold over the legs. Soften those knees, inhale, rise up, arms go up. And exhale your hands back to the heart. A little faster. Inhale our arms up. Exhale a swan dive forward. Inhale a lift. Exhale to plank. Now you can step or you can hop. Landing with bent elbows. Soften our way down to the floor. Point our toes. Inhale, lift to cobra. Exhale down. Tuck our toes. Remember, we can inhale the hands and knees before we come into down dog. Or we can lift straight up into a plank and then lift the hips to down dog. Breathe here. Let's take our feet forward. Inhale. Hop. Lift. Inhale. Exhale over the legs. Inhale. We'll rise up. Exhale our hands to prayer. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward. Inhale. Exhale, back to plank. All the way to cobra. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, up and back to down dog. Exhale there. Breathe here. We'll take our feet forward, lift, exhale over the legs, inhale, rise back up, exhale, hands to prayer. Pause and breathe. Okay, so that's how it is with yoga, right? We got to get our pants back into place. Just laugh, you know. Inhale, the arms go up. Exhale, we'll pull our hands to prayer, bend our knees, come down into prayer. Remember, we're squeezing our elbows toward each other. We're activating our chest, so it looks like that. We're bringing that prayer pose right down as we sit back in chair, hugging our low belly in. Now we're going to shoot our arms up as if we're diving backward. So inhale. Exhale, come forward into your swan dive. Inhale to the fingertips, and exhaling, we're going to step back with the right leg into high lunge. Now let's just lift and lower our right knee a few times. So we're going to drop it down as we continue to breathe. Let's lift the knee one more time. Now we're going to step our left foot back to join it, and it comes into downward facing dog. All the way into down dog. Exhale there. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale to the tummy. Inhale your way to cobra. Exhale down. Tuck those toes. Inhale, hands and knees or plank. Exhale to downward dog. Very good. So our right leg was back first. That means our right foot is going to go forward. And we're going to try our raised leg, raising our right leg, looking forward. Inhale, step between the hands. Now it is the left knee that's going to go down and up a few times. So taking our breath, taking our time, noticing where the tightnesses are, trying to breathe into them. Let's raise our left knee one more time. Now we're going to push off of our left foot and step to meet the right. So push off, step forward. Lengthen your spine here. Inhale. Exhale. Hug your low belly in and fold over the legs. As we inhale, soften those knees. Inhale, our arms up, looking up. Exhale, pull the hands down into chair. Inhale, the arms go up. Exhale, it's a swan dive. Inhale, lengthen our spine. Exhale, our left leg steps back. We're in the high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, put our left knee down. Walk your right foot back toward you just a little bit and point your left toes. Inhale, lift your upper body, hands to prayer. Exhale, hands go down. Tuck those left toes. Step back right into down dog. Exhale there. Inhale. Exhale two. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Now we're going to inhale and raise our left leg up high into the sky, looking forward. We'll inhale, bringing our left foot forward between the hands, and we'll lower our right knee to the ground, pointing our right toes. We'll scooch our left heel a little closer to us, and we'll lift our upper body, bringing our hands into prayer pose. The thumbs right in the center of the chest. Shoulders are down, chest is open. One more breath. Exhaling, let's bring our hands down. Tuck those right toes, lift the right knee. Look at our space between our hands. We're going to step forward right. Inhale, lift our spine. Exhaling, folding down. Soften those knees, come back into chair. Inhale, dive back. Exhale, hands to prayer pose. Stand and breathe. Okay, so I want us to take a brief interlude on the floor. So I'm going to change my angle just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to come down to the floor, come to sit. Our muscles are a little bit warm. I want us to take our soles of feet together. We can hold on around the ends of the toes. We can hold our ankles. We can support our knees. Remember, we can put our blocks or 2 blankets behind the leg. If this feels like too much of a stretch, we can put a little bit of padding under our seat to elevate our seat so that we don't feel like we're rolling back into a back somersault. Let's use those props. We have them, let's use them, okay? It's easy to find a towel or 2 if you don't have, specific yoga equipment. So from here, let's take our breath in, and as we exhale, let's ease forward. Nice and easy, nice long spine. Let's make sure we're breathing. And let's inhale our way back up again. Take your hands behind your knees, lift them a little, and we're going to slide our feet forward. So we have this elongated sort of diamond shape. Take the hands to the mid-shin, or I'll show you a variation for the hands in a minute. We'll take a breath. As we exhale, we'll come forward. Now, our spine is allowed to round. That's totally okay. But we want to mainly have our bend here, low, the hinge at the hip. So if hands need to be on knee, that's fine. If you can thread your hands under your ankles, wrap your fingers around and grab them, and then flare your elbows out behind your knees, that gives you a little bit of a bracing point, plus it helps you to leverage your forward fold. Now I don't want you to pull or force anything, but you can leverage that forward fold and drop your forehead down. It might even land right in your arches. Okay, so try that. When you're ready to, we'll inhale back up. That one's called star pose or Tarasana. Let's take our hands behind the knee, help our knees to lift. Stretch our legs out, toes in. Okay, so let's bring our feet in. We'll swing around, and I want to bring us into our peak pose. So this is called the extended side angle. You may recall, normal extended side angle, we come into it from warrior two. We bring our hand to the floor or a block behind the outer edge of our foot, and we extend our arm looking up and out past the fingers. This very deep stretch in the hips, and it's really good strengthener for our legs. I'm going to give you some variations on this so that if you have back problems and a deep twist is not for you, if you're pregnant, you're going to want to lay out of the deep twists. So I'll show you some stages, and you pick a stage that is appropriate for your body today, okay? So I'm going to show you with my left foot forward. As you know, we do everything on both sides in yoga, so you will do it on the right too. I'm going to use a block. For me personally, I can reach the floor, but it's uncomfortable for me to breathe. So I'm going to give myself some height just on the outer edge of my left foot. Remember this lunge? We came up into it. Well, we're going to revisit that idea. By the way, initially you may want to pad under your knees with some blanket across your mat. Okay, so we come into that posture we found before. And as we exhale, we have a couple options. We can twist, bringing our elbow to the outer corner of our knee. We're going to press elbow into knee and knee into elbow. That has the effect of spinning the torso around. Don't back out. Stay in the bend of the knee and make sure your ankle is right underneath your knee. Okay, so here's variation one. Variation two is we put our left hand on our thigh. We inhale our arm up, and as we exhale, we just tap our right elbow to the top of the left thigh. This is a little bit less extreme than the one I just showed you, and we breathe right there. Okay, if you're okay with the deep cross, we then take our hands apart and bring our hand to the block. A thing students have said to me for years is, my stomach's in the way of my twist. My spine can do it, my stomach's in the way. Grab your stomach and bring it around with you. I'm not even kidding. So we're going to grab our stomach, bring it around, get our hand placed. Hopefully we've not only helped facilitating the twist, but we've also kind of just put things so they're not pinching our diaphragm. Okay? So again, we need to stay into this bend. We can't back out of it, otherwise we'll lose our placement. Okay? If you're good here, just put a hand at the waist, tuck those toes behind you, raise the knee. Remember that high lunge? Well, here it is. If you're okay here, try reaching your hand. This would be your left hand toward the wall behind you. Now, squeeze the muscles at the base of your seat on your right leg. Drop your hips down. Check your breath. Make sure you're breathing. If you're good there, you can extend your arm alongside the ear and lift the chin, looking up and out. And we're always trying to revolve the belly button in the direction of the ceiling, even as we tighten the muscles in the front of the right thigh and the muscles at the base of the seat. So remember all that work we did on our feet? Well, here it is again. Strong connection with the earth. Okay, so let's turn our eyes to look down. Let's bring our hand down and our knee down. Untwist carefully. Let's bring our knees together. Rock it back into child's pose. Get your breath again. Okay, so you're going to take 2 or 3 breaths like that before we take the other side. So that would mean our right foot comes forward. We place our block. I recommend starting with a block. Now, if you're really having a hard time getting clearance, you can do the block in the highest position, but you're going to have to be very careful to make sure you don't put all your weight in the block, because in this high position, it becomes less stable. So depend upon, mainly upon your right foot, okay? So we're inhaling, we're exhaling into our twist. We're finding our placement of our arm. We're getting our belly rotated around. I'm going to tell it like it is, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we're going to take our hand to our waist. We're going to check in with our breath, see how we're doing. So we don't want to cheat our weight forward towards our block, curving our spine that way. We want to try to lie out, almost like we had an invisible wall behind us. Almost like you were trying to lie both of your shoulder blades on that invisible wall. Okay, if we're good here, let's tuck those toes, raise that knee. All right, finding our breath. We can reach this way, we can reach here, we can reach here. And if we can change our sight line, that's the pose. Revolved, Utthita, extended triangle. Aha, deep lunge. So we're tightening the front of the left thigh. We're squeezing the muscles at the base of the left bum cheek. And we're breathing. Let's exhale, come out. Bring it on down. And let's counter pose with a child's pose. And back we go. Very nice, y'all. I'm sure at this point you are ready to relax. And, you know, it's no sin to do this posture with a wall literally behind you so that in case you wobble back, it's right there. And that's an excellent way to teach the body how to maintain its balance and find some success in the pose early on. If you're not sure of your balance, that wall will be there for you. And there's no way you can fall backward. Okay? So thanks for joining me for Elements of Flow, and I will see you next time.